Today is day 3 and we are learning about attitude of gratitude. Today we will look into what are the different ingredients that go together with thanksgiving. What are the different ingredients that go together with thanksgiving? Number 1, thanksgiving and worship go together. Romans 1:21 says, "For although they knew God, they neither glorified him as God, nor gave thanks to him, but their thinking became futile and their foolish hearts were darkened." Notice that attitude of gratitude is the key. But the day you stop being grateful, then two things happen. Thinking becomes futile. That means you get confused and arrived at meaningless decisions. Secondly, foolish hearts are darkened, which means you get deceived. And if you read the verses after the verse I read in Romans 1:21, you will see it is a downhill journey of ruin and destruction. It is a slippery slope, and you find constantly God gives them over to their depraved minds. Their foolish hearts are darkened and they start going down and down and down into a vicious cycle which destroys them completely. But it says, notice these two phrases that go together. For although they knew God, they neither glorified him as God, that means they neither worshipped him, nor gave thanks to him. Worship and thanksgiving are here held together. If you are grateful to him, you will end up worshipping him. Secondly, thanksgiving and prayer go together. Thanksgiving and prayer go together. Philippians 4:6-7 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and mind in Christ Jesus." Even your prayer has to be mixed with thanksgiving. Then peace of God pervades your life. And this is what I do every day. I have a notebook where I write down prayer requests on one side of the book, and then I write down the answers to prayer on the other side. I want to tell you a story. Years before, when I was very new in the ministry, one of my very senior elders called me on the phone, and on the phone he blasted me. He had heard some news about me and he was very upset with me, and he really was angry with me. And he said to me, "Right now I want you to come and meet me in my house." And so I was very disturbed. I was new in the ministry. This elder was a very senior elder. I quickly went to my house, changed my clothes, told my wife, "This is what has happened. Please pray for me." And then I also began to pray. And when I pray, I often use this very verse, Philippians 4:6-7, which says, "Don't get anxious, but take your anxiety, convert into a prayer and petition, and along with thanksgiving, let it be known to God." And I must have walked about 10 or 15 minutes up and down, and I communicated to God all my anxiety. And I thanked him for what he is going to do in answer to my prayer. Then I sat in a taxi and I went to see this elder, about 20 minutes drive. And I noticed as I was sitting in the car, in the taxi, I was humming a song, humming a tune. And I realized that if I am anxiety free, tension free, then I love singing. But if I am tensed, I am only thinking and processing those thoughts. The fact that I was singing in the car made me realize, well, I have given away my anxiety to God. I've given away my tension to God. Glory be to God. I felt good about it. I reached this elder's place, and again he initially blasted me. And I told him, "Where did you get this news?" And he told me the source and what he had heard. And I told him that the news he has heard is wrong. It did not happen this way, but this is how it happened. When he heard my side of the story, he was aghast because it was far different from what he had heard. And he discovered how people could have come to a wrong conclusion. And he profusely apologized to me. He said to me 5 or 6 times, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." At one point, he held my hands and said, "Please forgive me." And he said to me, "Will you pray for me?" And of course, I was more than delighted to pray for him. And he also again prayed, in his prayer he asked forgiveness to God, and then he blessed me. It was good to get blessing of a senior man. I sat back in a taxi, came back home, and I was singing to glory. Yes, hand over anxiety to God with thanksgiving, thanking Him in advance for what He's going to do, and come back home. Thirdly, thanksgiving and praise go together. Thanksgiving and praise go together. Enter His gate with thanksgiving and His courts with praise. Give thanks to Him and praise His name. Twice we are told, thanksgiving and praise, give thanks to Him and praise His name. You can enter into the presence of God by thanksgiving. Thanksgiving initiates you into praise and into worship. The tabernacle has 3 sections. You enter through the gates with thanksgiving. You enter into the courts with praise. And then you enter into the most holy place into worship. So that is how we handle ourselves. These are the 3 ingredients that go together with thanksgiving. Thanksgiving and worship go together. Thanksgiving and prayer go together. Thanksgiving and praise go together. Why not have a lifestyle of prayer, praise, worship, and thanksgiving and see the difference it makes for you?